Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, and this is part 4 in a series of videos where I'm creating an October daily. Before I get on to the next set of pages, I wanted to share with you the little tabs I created for my glassine bag here. And I was worried about the paper clip that I had on here ripping the bag as I took it on and off to get into it. And so I decided to use some leftover tabs from a die from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and in hindsight I should have just used one and cut it apart just for the outsides instead of doing it like I did here, because this paper was just way super thick and I should have used a thinner paper instead of using something I already had cut, because now I can't even get the paper clip on, so it really kind of defeated the whole purpose of why I was doing this. However, it does look super cute when I have the stuff in the bag, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on my next bag, which is number 13, but I'm only going to be putting one of these on the outsides and leaving the insides bare, and hopefully that will work. If not, these little bulldog clips are still really cute, and so I might choose to do that anyway. So anyway, so moving on now to this week's pages. So we left off with number 15 in the last video, which is this treat bag here. And I thought I'd carry over the banner motif onto the next page. And so everything is just glued down, as you see here. Nothing, noteworthy that I need to explain as far as putting it together, except for maybe the quote here. And this is something that I did on it's like a photo Adobe, but it's not as good. And I'm not very good with it. But anyway, I was able to get the quote on here, which I found on the internet. Just type in or Google October quotes and you'll get a whole bunch. And this is just a piece of ephemera from my digital stash. And I just think that came out really cute. So flipping this one over, we have number 17, where I've just added a little tiny trim here to the bottom of the page just to give it a complete finished look. And then something for Kitty to stand on so he's just not floating on the page. And then added the hole reinforcers and this ticket from the ephemera. And I wanted to tie in the gray, so I pulled out some gray cardstock and used my number and letter stitch dies from Elizabeth Craft Design. So number 18, this is where I have switched things around a little bit again from the first video. So I did have this bag as number 16, and then this page here with the W on it, but I just really wasn't able to fit much more on there than the W. It was just kind of large for this page, so I decided to switch these two up. So anyway, so this is one of my treat bags, and so now it's number 18. And pretty self-explanatory again, just gluing everything down as you see. This sticker here is from a miscellaneous sticker sheet. This is from the collection that I've been using, and this is from one of the border strips. And the number 18, however, is actually from some washi tape from Simple Stories with just some random numbers, and I just like the way that looks. And so another one prepared, ready to go. So I really struggled with this one. I feel like I was losing a little bit of mojo, and just having a hard time, I don't know, just not feeling it, I guess. And so I had to step away a few times and come back till I finally got something that I'm somewhat happy with. And there's nothing really, it's just pretty self-explanatory. I've got everything glued on the page as you see. And the 19 is just something that I typed up in my Word program and printed it out, and then just cut and trimmed and rounded the corners there. I've got this cute ribbon here from my stash, and I feel like it's a little light in this area that we got the dark ribbon there, and I feel like it needs something uh, to balance off here. So I'm going to add this spider, and I know it's pretty bulky and my book's getting pretty thick, but you know what? I'm just going to embrace it. So I've got this spider here, and these are pretty slick. So what I do is I take my nail file and just sand the bottom of the bod there, and then my glue can grip that spider better and keep it on there pretty good. So number 20 is the back side of the greeting card. And here I've added the little hull reinforcers from Elizabeth Craft Designs. These banners are from the ephemera, and this one's from the sticker sheet. I just added the little string there and tied the bows, added a spider die cut that I have, and added this little square with the number 20 in it. And this is that greeting card that I made so many years ago. I have just added the number 21 from this sticker sheet that came with the collection. Then I added the hull reinforcers on the other side of the page here. So number 22, what I have done is I've taken one of the leftover triangular pieces that I had from the last project, and I've just trimmed off the corners where it came down to about 1 inch wide on the triangle, and then I just glued it down as a pocket. And then I have one of the chipboard elements here, and I just took the paper top off of the actual chipboard piece just to make it a little flatter on this page. Just trying to reduce the bulk where I can, because I'm going to have a lot of the bulk in the pocket depending on how many pictures are in here. And then this is one of the ephemera pieces and some stickers from the sticker sheet. And then this is also one of the ephemera pieces that I just punched a hole and added some twine. And it's the same card that I have here on the number 21. And then I've added just a couple hull reinforcers, different shapes. I just needed that little round one to go on the bottom. And then I've got this pretty, it's kind of the same shape as what you see on the design paper here. I can't think of the name of that shape, but anyway. And then last I have this pom-pom trim on the side, and it looks good on the back side here, which is just going to be a decorative page. I just really didn't want to cover up this design. And then I'm just going to add a couple of the small round hull reinforcers here. I'm going to make this a top loading pocket. And I just really like the way that this pocket looks on its own without anything else on the page. So I'm just going to glue it on just like this. And I have here some paper strips from scrap pages that I'm just adding there just to give my card or my pocket just a little bit of dimension. I don't want a whole lot of dimension because I'm going to be adding that very dimensional spider sticker onto the top. I just need enough to help me more easily pull my tags in and out of the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and just center this, move my 24 there. And I'm just squaring it up with these corners here. When I had cut these pages to fit in my book, I think I miscalculated by 1/8 of an inch. I should have made it 1/8 of an inch wider just to give myself a little more room on the holes there, but that is what it is. There, so I have a slight bit of dimension there, and I'm okay with it being a very simple plain card. I think once you see it up next to the bag here, you can see how nice that looks with that black showing around the card. And then of course, so for the number 23, what I've done is cut out the date section of one of the invitation journaling cards that came with the collection. And then I stamped October 23rd with my rolling date stamp. And then I just cut this card to fit to the top of the pocket. And then I just glued this on, making sure that the October 23rd is visible. So this is just going to slide into my pocket like that. All right, so for number 24, I've added this cardstock. It's the same that I've been using in the previous videos. And so if you have any questions on how I've dyed the cardstock, please leave them in the comments below. But I've been trying to achieve this burnt orange color that I have on this card here. I don't know if this color is discontinued or what the name of it is, but I just can't seem to find it. So I thought I'd throw it out there for you guys. If you happen to know if this is still available or what color this is and where I can find it, I'd love to hear from you. So anyway, I've trimmed the cardstock 1/4 of an inch less than the page. And you can see that I've rounded the corners, obviously. And then I've added my tiny hole reinforcers and this ribbon on the bottom. And that's all I'm going to do until I get my picture to go on the page. I just want to make sure I know how everything's going to fit before I do anything else. So I do have a couple thoughts though. I'm thinking that the picture might be a 3x3 size, and so I think it'll fit nicely on this page. And then I've got this piece of spider web here that I can just tuck under the photo somehow, and this cute striped bow I'm thinking of adding to the bottom like that. So that's all I've got so far. Don't know how I'm doing the number 24. The inspiration hasn't hit me yet, and I kind of got to pull everything out and see what I have and what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to set that aside and call it good. However, on the tab that is showing on this side, it's cute just as it is, but when you pull the whole thing out, it's not so cute, I think. And so what I want to do is add this little trick or treat here. And I made this by cutting this off of the border strip here. And I had to just trim it down just a little bit on the bottom. And then I just rounded the corners, and it'll just set on the back side of this the tab here, like that. I'm just waiting until I get my picture or my journaling or whatever's going to go onto this page. So anyway, that's prepped as far as it'll go. And on 25, I think I'm going to do some kind of shaker element. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So I've started prepping number 25, and the first thing I did was added a piece of ribbon to the bottom of the page. Then I have this frame element here, and I thought I'd make this into a shaker if I can, if it doesn't end up being too bulky. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of acetate and added that to the back of the frame. Excuse me. And then I have added some doubled up black cardstock that is cut into a little bit less than 1/4 inch strips, and just glued those down to the edge of the frame there. And then to reduce the bulk, really the only thickness I can have in there is glitter, like this glitter thickness. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue on this piece of paper. And it's not a very stiff piece of paper, but it's going to be glued to the bag, so I think it'll be okay. Okay, that just needs to sit and dry. So I'm going to clean up some of this glitter and then I'll be back. But it's just a little narrow and I want, to fill it out a little bit. So I took another one of those spiderweb die cuts that I've been using throughout the book and just cut it in half, well, sort of in half. And so I think I'm going to glue this one kind of like that. And then I think I'm going to glue this one up here. Yeah, I think like that. So how am I going to do this and get it in the right place? Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do is, this won't be shown. I think I'm going to take my pencil and go along here like that. There. And then I know where to place my pieces. So now I have my spider web on there, and now I can go ahead and center my frame and get that onto the page. One thing I've noticed is that these bags are not square. They're not necessarily an even 90 degrees. So I can try and get this to look as even as possible, but so I'm just going to try and line it up with the ribbon down here on the bottom and call it good. All right, so now I'm just going to jazz up my frame here a little bit and add this skeleton man right here. And now to add the number 25, I've already prepared this, and what I did is I took a couple of the stickers from the sticker sheet here, and the numbers were pretty wide apart and I wanted them closer together, so I cut the right edge of the 2 and the left edge of the 5 and butted them together and then put them on the black cardstock and then trimmed around it. And so my thinking was, well, originally I was thinking about putting it on the bottom, but there's not that much room there. And I don't like that. Uh, it's not perfect, but I think out of everything that is the best. And so what I want to do is add a little strip of paper to the bottom of that. So it's going to be even when it's laying on the frame. So I just need to, I know I've got a scrap laying around here somewhere. Okay, so that's going to be good. So I've got 2 layers on the bottom of the little card, just so that it will be even when I'm laying that down on top of the frame. And again, I'm going to squish out the glue with my finger and so it doesn't get all over the acetate. So number 26, I have completed except for the photo. And I really wanted to use this witch on one of the pages. This is cut out from a die from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I love this witch. Her broomstick is quite long. I did have to trim it down to fit on the page. And then I've used the stitched numbers in the stripe paper and in the black just to layer them up to give them a shadow effect. And then this is a sticker backed onto black cardstock and a 2 1/8 by 3 1/8 photo mat. And then I have this fluffy tulle on the bottom and this cute orange bow underneath the photo mat. So this one's ready to go, and I think I'm going to stop the video here. I was hoping to get this last of it in only 4 videos, but my husband and I both had some minor surgeries or medical procedures done like within 3 days apart. And so we're just kind of recouping here and trying to get things, you know, back to normal. And so I wasn't quite able to get everything finished for the rest of the month, but so it will have to be 5 videos for creating my daily. And then I will also have a 6th video, which is the complete and total walkthrough, which I've added things here and there. And so you'll want to see it all put together. So anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. And a thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe so you can join me for my upcoming videos. So thank you so much for watching. Have a happy October. Bye.